So let's use being. First of all, we got Lay. Yeah, the condo problem is still there. Many months back, I made 2 videos on the evolving issue around JJS Hotels. I essentially explained how hotels and Jujutsu Shenanigans aren't just hangout centers, but also softcore condos. The similarities are quite obvious. Both include some sort of private area with a bed or a shower, and have certain bowing or laying emotes. After those 2 videos, I didn't feel the need to publicly talk about the issue, as I was actively working with the JJS moderators to ban and moderate inappropriate behavior and outfits. I'd even say the moderation side of JJS had also incredibly improved. For example, due to Roblox's own lack of moderation on outfits, JJS had to put in place their own rules about appropriate attire. Things like extremely revealing bodysuits and other such clothing were made bannable. It was a bannable offense before too, but the line between inappropriate and eyebrow raising wasn't very clear. While the moderation was doing their own thing, I also got to work. Not long after, I got to be a tester, and with the tester role, you get the watch command, and I am sure you can tell where this is going. This greatly improved my reporting abilities. Despite not being a moderator, I got around 60 condo players banned. At the time of recording this, it's around 150, which is multiple months later, but we will get to that. And as time went by, I had gotten enough players banned from these games to the point where there wasn't any left to report. No inappropriate outfits, no loot activity, and the hotels even made their own rules. All was well, and that's where this story should have ended. No, don't do it! Don't do it! Why is she shaking?
Because the holy day is good. Thragdo.
Okay, well that's amazing. Can you do the clicker noise? Do the clicker noise.
Spectator.
I already watched her before. She's not.
What? What? Holy Grail! What are you doing, bro?
So you know what I said about I watched her before and she wasn't doing anything.
What the f is the Holy Grail doing?
I came back and I got 13 people banned in 1 day. Yeah, the issue came right back. Nothing changed. Despite all my bans, despite all the updated rules, it's still there and arguably even worse. At least now the obscenities aren't just displayed on the walls and the activity is a lot more hidden. But that's what makes it even worse. But to exactly explain that, we need to look at how these people were caught before versus now. Before, it was pretty straightforward. They wore revealing outfits, used the whisper function to talk with people, and went to a room with a lockable door, and that's that. It's extremely easy to catch these players, and that's how we caught them. But what we did not account for is that all these people would know each other, and would end up making alt accounts to come back. After each ban, they got smarter. I know, surprising. Instead of doing obscenities on the hotels, they went off platform, or to a private server. Instead of wearing revealing outfits in game, they wore them in private servers. The problem may appear to be gone from a glance, but it's still there, and I'd say even worse. This now goes beyond just JJS moderation, and it's just something that will become even harder to moderate on our side. Though, that leaves the question, what can we do? Well, can't we just remove the hotels? This is a little complicated, and I know that might sound confusing to some. On one hand, when I pointed out that the hotels have an issue with beds, people were like, oh, well, obviously it's a hotel. They just didn't see the bigger picture. Okay, if you put 2 people in a hotel room with a bed and a shower, what do you think these 2 people will do? Do you think they're gonna be talking about the great time they're having on JJS? Talking about their day? No, they won't! I mean, they might, but how long until somebody malicious shows up and tries to initiate something? Yeah, that's right, not long! Sorry. And on the other hand, if we get rid of these, the players would still be around, just on another roleplay server. Yes, even school roleplay ones, which I have caught people on, with the same outfits, doing similar if not the same activities. It isn't inherently the hotel owner's fault either for having such weirdos in their server. But would removing and blacklisting hotels even do anything is the question. Well, if it did that, other subsidiaries would appear like House Roleplay, or they would just change hotels to motels. It will just be an endless battle. And as I said before, it isn't the hotel owner's fault. Some of them are extremely well built and aren't just gunner bait with lockable doors. Also, for this section, I called on a YouTuber named Trickster, who has directly dealt with softcore condos such as Bathroom Hangout, which is currently very talked about with the entire Slep controversy. I highly suggest you check out his content. This avatar, what do you think of it? Do you think that should be acceptable at all, or?
Dude, it's just it's an easy fix. Like, you look at it from the waist up, it's a normal avatar, but then the shirt, the fucking bodysuit, man. It's like you put in all this effort, you spend all this money on this outfit, and you just put a bodysuit on it because that's what turns you on. It's weird. Like, aside from the bodysuit, I think it's fine.
So it's basically what I think it is kind of like indoctrination, I guess, because
EPI.
EPI. This guy is for sure like a young teenager. These ones are probably not even teenagers yet. Like, a lot of either edgy kids go here, which is like also a big part of the people who play these. It's just edgy kids trying to I'm so cool. Then there's like the genuine child predators.
I'd say ban them until like they change their shit. Like, it might just be easy for JJS to make a blacklist of items that if your avatar is wearing them, you get banned.
You've made a lot of videos about softcore condos, specifically Dollhouse Roleplay and like Bathroom Hangout. It's like the main one you made a video specifically on. Do you think they're similar in any way, these hotels?
I mean, to the Bathroom Hangouts, they're different in two ways. I think JJS, especially now with the recent Roblox update that allows you to use emotes like laying down and whatever. The only difference between bathroom games and these JJS games was that bathroom games had these emotes that were built into the game that you could use in various situations and whatever. But other than that, they serve pretty much a very same or the similar purpose as the bathroom games.
Also, at the moment, JJS does have built-in emotes which aren't meant to be used as they are. Just like the bowing emotes, there's laying ones, there's ragdoll ones, there's sitting ones, which, you know, obviously for a fighting game wouldn't, you know, be entailed to be used like that. The next question I did want to ask is, do you think people who make these hotels should be held at fault at all for what goes on here? Or just like the player's responsibility?
See, that's been a question that's been raised a lot recently, especially with like Alex Neutron and the other guy. I'd say it's up to the creators of these hotels to moderate their hotels. Because if they're not moderating, it's just clear what their intentions are. I think there's a responsibility they should have on making it a safe place, right? Even if their intentions are passive and it isn't for like EPI kind of stuff, maybe just remove beds altogether, or like, you know.
The sad reality is, there is very little we can do in the grand scheme of things. This isn't just an issue with Jujutsu Shenanigans, it's an issue with Roblox. It won't matter how much moderation I push for in JJS, it won't matter how many people I get banned. The moment that I leave for longer than a month, they are all back, and I will once again get like 10 plus people banned in a day. And honestly, I am losing motivation to deal with these people. I am speaking out in the hopes that this reaches more people to hear how JJS on Roblox, a fighting game, is struggling with such an issue. The worst part is that a lot of the people who engage in these activities are literally kids, and sometimes the other parties are over 18, and they for sure aren't gonna check if they are over 18. I have talked with the JJS moderators about better ways to deal with JJS hotels, and they suggested banning lockable doors altogether. I suggested enforcing the hotel owners or Hangout custom server owners in general to moderate their games way more. This would also be a little bit more complicated and will just add to the workload that's already there. But if these server owners actually do this and help out the moderators to deal with these people, it would genuinely help so much. Anyways, let me know your thoughts on how this should be dealt with. Should these custom servers be banned altogether, or should there be more enforcement? But yeah, with that, I will see you in the next one.